Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. I hope everything in your world is fabulous. It is very early here today, like the earliest I've recorded an episode in a very long time, because tonight I have to drive to Columbus, about 4 hours from here. We have a soccer tournament tomorrow and Sunday, and the first game tomorrow starts at 8. So I could drive there in the morning, but we're going up tonight and staying for the night, and then, yeah. So we're really excited about that. This is officially the last weekend of soccer for the winter, which means that I am cleaning up my free time to take care of this. This is my business certificate. This is my official documentation that says that I am allowed to perform business in West Virginia as EdTrek Express LLC. I am legally ready to take this on, and hopefully after this weekend I will have the time to take it on. Right now I don't, and because of the whole legal issue of stepping on software that was developed for a business and it belongs as an asset of that business, I got to redo it. But it needs redone anyway, and I realized that today for sure. I had a meeting today with a school district who was interested in seeing what I had done, and I showed them exactly what is in place already in another district and said, this is what they have, this is what they're using. It's incomplete, quite a few functions are missing, and the future of it's really uncertain because June 30th comes, the server gets shut off, and I don't know if there's anybody in place in that county or elsewhere in the state that could maintain that code and keep it running. And that district told me, we're more interested in what I have. They said, we are more interested in your version than this version. And the reason is, I hate to say a competing district, but that's often how it seems here. If another school district is in charge of this software and they try to sell it to us, and then it gets muddy, they're like, we would much rather go through an entity. And so that made a lot of sense to me. They're like, you being an independent LLC, we purchase software from you, that is not muddy. Purchasing it through another school district is weird. I said, okay. So I showed them what I had done, and they were like, this is the best thing I've seen. And I've heard that from other school districts also. I've heard that from the original school district that I developed it for. I've heard it for other school districts that I've shown it to. Like, I want this. This is exactly what I need. And that made me feel awesome because as we talked about yesterday with the imposter syndrome, I feel like what I'm doing is so basic that it's almost criminal. And I don't feel that way anymore. They totally saw it like, yes, this is exactly what we need. I don't need software that does all this stuff. All I need to be able to do is take a couple of things and add the numbers together and give somebody permission to go, yep, you got that, and that's it. We don't need to do anything else. It really could be done with a spreadsheet if somebody wanted to try to maintain a spreadsheet. I just basically built a really lightweight, easy to use front end for a spreadsheet, essentially. It's more complex than that, obviously, but that's what it feels like. And they're like, this is it. This is amazing. We want this. And I told them that, what is in place right now is probably going to disappear, but that I might be considering creating my own version. And they said, we want it. That's what we wanted. Can you have it done for us by March? Yes, I can. I'll have it done for you very soon, but yeah, I can. So I think I'm over it. I think I'm over it. I think that I'm ready to do this. I think that this is going to be really good for me. Even if it's only in the 3 or 4 districts that I've already talked to, if that's all it ever does, it's proven something to me. It's proving that there is value in simplicity. And that means something. So I just have to get off my ass and fix it. It does need completely rewritten based on that conversation and some of the other things they would like to see, and some of the things that they said that I didn't coach them to say anything, but the few things they said, I went, oh, yeah, I need to completely redo the data structure before I even start. So that's step one, is fixing the database. I have my friend looking at the database now, and he told me he would give me some tips. That's what he does for a living, right? He knows business software in and out. So I honestly think after today, the few things they mentioned, I was like, oh, I should be doing it that way. I honestly think his feedback will be like, why aren't you doing this? And I'll go, yeah, I know. I just thought of that too, because I'm not a database guy. Like these last 2 applications that I've developed are truthfully maybe the 3rd or 4th time I've ever used a database in my software. Long ago, let me tell you how bad it was long ago. I did everything in flat files. No databases, just flat files. That's a text file for everybody who doesn't understand. So, we got a postcard. This postcard is from Portugal, Tavira. I feel like Portuguese is kind of Spanish. I don't think that's true, but Tavira? I don't know how to say that. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tavira Algarve, Portugal? I don't know. I do watch a few Portuguese YouTubers, so hopefully I didn't say that too bad. Postcard says, "Hi Chevee, just a greeting from Tavira in Portugal, from a Norwegian on holiday. 25C and sunshine is better than cold Norway. Cheers, Stein Serlin." Thank you so much for this, but I'm pretty sure that you just admitted 25 and sunshine is better than the cold. I think that you just lost your Norwegian card. Sorry, you're now Southern European, or Portugal's in the south, right? I don't know where Portugal is. I couldn't point it out on a map. How bad is that? The extent of my knowledge of Portugal is that Ronaldo plays for them. Thank you so much, Stein. I hope it's Stein. It got kind of dorked up here. Oh, there we go. I can send you a postcard. You did put your address, so I will send you a postcard. Thank you so much for this. This is actually really, really pretty. I love the fact that it has... The architecture on these buildings is almost Mexican to me. Like, especially this church looks like something I would see in a spaghetti western. So very Spanish... Italian influence, which I guess is kind of that region, right? I think so. Thank you. Thank you very much for the postcard. I hope to God I can get back on this project very soon. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I got to go get packed and ready to go to this soccer tournament. I'll let you guys know how it goes next week. And if you want to follow along, I'm sure I'll post on Twitter or Instagram over the weekend. I'll see you Monday.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from voices.yahoo.com. How many is any peck of pickled peppers? When Peter Piper picked his pack of pickled peppers, he picked the equivalent of 1/4 of a bushel. While no one knows the origin of this word, nor how it came to be a unit of measurement, we do know that Peter's peck of pickled peppers amounted to the equivalent of 2 gallons dry weight, or 10 to 14 pounds. But how many?